All right, I am back from work. I'm gonna feed the cat, change her litter box, and do all of the kind of post-work stuff. Let's get started. I've got her, she's been like meowing for this entire, as cats do, sitting by the cabinet and being super not annoying and cute. And I think she just finally gave up. She's like, this guy's not getting my dinner, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now. We gotta bust out a new can of wet food. I like mixing together the wet and the dry food for her. And it seemed like she was getting sick of her previous one, so I had to get her a different flavor. This is beef now instead of chicken and duck. But the video, I got a freaking banger discussion for, I guess, the video today. But it's something that I just wanted to talk about. And I also want to preface this, whatever title I choose, I'm sure will probably sound like abrasive and clickbaity or whatever. But there are so much more impactful and important things in your life and in everyone's lives. That just splattered on my mouth. Oh. Oh, that is so gross, dude. I'm putting you on camera for that. Even though it wasn't your fault, it's technically your food, and this is your punishment. Behold, my creature. Oh, that's so fucking gross, dude. That is nice beef pate and intestines on my lips. There are so many more important things than looks in life. Things that are actually impactful to your life and society as a whole in comparison to looks. So I will cover them. I guess some of them sort of go into what I want to talk about, but just want to kind of give an intro to that. This isn't just like a shallow, like, you're ugly and your life sucks, blah, 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 like stereotypical fucking... We all know who the influencer streamers are, you know, so this is not one of those things. And in fact, as I think, as I was kind of like thinking over, just like getting my head straight for this video and stuff, a lot of these are actually more mental, I would say, than even physical things that you would do. So, but how to have a 9-to-5 or how to have insert big responsibility here where you're pretty much like out of commission for a good chunk of the day and not be ugly, which I don't even like saying that. How to be healthy, how to have a 9-to-5 and be healthy, I would say, is like the better way to put it. And there are a few things. This isn't like do these and you will immediately have a six-pack and get all the ladies or guys and be blah 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 blah. This is just sort of like a recap, I guess, of my personal experience and what I've found worked really well for me when it comes to, I guess, being more happy and content with my life. So, you have a 9-to-5, you have this chunk of your day, basically, where you are obligated to be somewhere or be doing something that prevents you from being able to cook or picking up a healthier option or X, Y, and Z. There's a few things, like real like things I think you can do to pretty much, I don't know, be healthy and have a 9-to-5. Originally, this was going to be like a diet video, but I think it turned into something a little bit deeper, so I'm just going to kind of roll with it. And the first thing that you need outside of a 9-to-5 to be happy and healthy with your life is something to obsess over. So I gotta forget, I don't need to yell, I have a microphone. Is something to obsess over. Like a hobby, and whether that's maybe you get really into painting little figurines, or maybe you get super into crocheting, or maybe you adopt a cat. You know, they're like, find something that isn't work and that you enjoy, that you can just like nerd out about. Something that you can go through the YouTube rabbit hole, like searching through TikToks for tutorials or like Pinterest boards and all, like something that where you can like get lost within it and it doesn't feel like work. Like you can get lost in something for hours and it's like, damn, I didn't even realize, it's only 5 o'clock, holy crap. So something to obsess over. And it could just be like a comic book character, or maybe it's blacksmithing. I went through a super huge like forging and smithing phase at one point. But find something to obsess over that isn't work, that you can really pour yourself into. It feels, and this is just my experience, but I doubt anyone has ever poured themselves into something, seen progressible results, and then said, "This is stupid. This is like this is not for me." So pour yourself into something. Who gives a shit? Like, dude, I went to parkour. I was obsessed with parkour as like a 24-year-old. If you think it's gonna sound lame or whatever, the chances are the people that say it's lame go home and then sit on their phone all night. Like they have nothing. So the cat has been given her food. So my advice to you is have something. And I guess I'm not a parent, so like if you have kids or anything, I don't know if a lot of my audience really has kids or anything like that. But if you do have kids, I would say find something outside of them that you can obsess. Like children are still technically a responsibility at the end of the day. So find something that doesn't feel like a responsibility, something that you just love. Fitness. And no matter how much, what the gym bros say about it being a lifestyle, it's a hobby. So fitness could definitely be one of the things. Maybe you like trampolines. Maybe you get really into like airplane aerodynamics, or maybe vampire novels. It could be anything. Anything where you can just pour yourself into it. And you have something to look forward to. And then it's like, when you have a bad day at work, or I guess I could use the gym, like for example, like when you have a bad workout or something, people where that's their whole thing, where work is their whole thing, or their life revolves around this one aspect of their personality, and then they have like a bad day with that, their whole like energy is thrown off, their whole vibe's thrown off, the whole day is ruined, or week, whatever. Because they're out investing like too much of themselves. You're like staking too much of yourself in something that you probably don't really enjoy a whole lot at the end of the day. So find that thing. For me, for a long time, it's been cosplay, but that kind of just like, that's like a blend of hobbies. That's like using the foam stuff and the costuming, also fitness, so you can get in shape and look like the character and stuff. So I did parkour. Like I went to a parkour gym and took lessons. That's a big thing. If you are an adult that is like living on your own, or even if you're not living on your own, but just do your own thing, have your own life, whatever, sign up for something that's like class oriented. I signed up for parkour classes on like a total whim. I've always kind of been into tricking and gymnastics and parkour and all that stuff. I'm a boy. I mean, I feel like that's kind of given. But on a whim, I signed up for parkour classes. I was like in a super not good living situation. I did not like my job. This is just like 2.5, 3 years ago. Maybe like almost 4 years at this point. But it was recently. I was still moved out, everything. And I signed up for this class, and like, dude, I was like, that totally saved me. Having like a family and just people where we all kind of connected over this niche, nerdy thing. It felt so good. Definitely got to go back there too. But that's like what helped me parkour definitely helped me rediscover my love for film and just like getting yourself out there. So whether you sign yourself up for like a paint thing, or a sculpting thing, or a hiking group, sign yourself up for something. And it's like, it's okay to be nervous. I'm an introvert. I mentioned it in my other video. I am a total introvert. It's taken me years to like be able to get to where I'm even just talking, where I'm rambling on camera now. But sign yourself up for a class. Meet some people. It's okay if you're nervous. You will seriously thank yourself for it. But I would say that kind of wraps up point number one. And I'm doing dishes now, and then I'm going to make some food after that, which I guess will actually tie in perfectly with the talking segment. So I'm going to keep doing these dishes, and then it'll work out. So secondly, which is, I guess, more surface level, my cat's taking a dump now in the litter box. If I have to hear and know that, then so do you guys. Second thing, though, is read books. Read. Reading is really important. I feel like a lot of stories and history and stuff, well, like, obviously is told through previous experiences and books and literature and all that kind of stuff. But it's almost like, I feel like, at least for me, you kind of have this thought where it's like, people back then were stupid, and all of these experiences that I'm having now are completely original and my own, blah, 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 blah. And I guess it's empathy. Reading teaches you empathy. You learn how to think and kind of feel in somebody else's head and shoes and stage in life and the setting of where the story takes place and all that kind of stuff. But also from like the author, I don't know, you just kind of get a deeper, gosh, I feel like I'm just like butchering this, a deeper appreciation for freaking, I don't know, life, dude. I can't be deep. Just read a book. Read frickin' books. It can be anything. It can be any kind of book. Read frickin' Percy Jackson. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like, I reread the Percy Jackson series a couple of years ago. Phenomenal. Like, again, anybody that clowns on you for reading a book has probably not read a book since they were in first grade. Some stuff that I'm currently reading, This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's very good. He's kind of a controversial author because he stole a bunch of his wife's work, which is super fucking lame. Sorry for the F-bomb right there, which is super lame. And her name was Zelda, and she was kind of like his muse in a way, and apparently he stole a lot of her work and did not credit her for it. But I'm reading This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald, or perhaps by Zelda, who knows. But it's very good. And honestly, no. I take that back immediately. It's not that good. It's kind of like not a whole lot is happening. It's a little boring, but it's written very beautifully, and you sort of just like, yeah, you're in somebody else's head, but like it's in a very normal space. Like it's not like a action hero's thoughts or like, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. You're just in some kid's like mind as he struggles through life and is sort of vain and conceited, and there's consequences to that, and he has trouble with relationships, and just like there's a lot of relatable parts in it, but there's also a lot of parts where it's just like, damn, like really? But like you can see why they may have made those decisions and stuff. So yeah, it's very good. I definitely wouldn't recommend it like for if you're like, yeah, what's a good book? I would never say This Side of Paradise, dude. If I was like, oh, if you want like a thinker or like a real kind of, I don't know, like a good mind philosophy, then I might say This Side of Paradise. But even then, my go-to all-time book, I will say, Count of Monte Cristo. I will never ever not say that book. That was the first book that I read when I got back into this kind of reading craze that I've been on for the last like 18 months or so. Dude, it's a fat one. I read the abridged one first, which was like 200 pages. But then the actual Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, that's 1,200 pages about. And it's long. It took me like about 2 months to read. Um, but gosh, it's so good. Ah, it's so good. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean meets James Bond meets Rocky meets Phantom of the Opera meets Zorro. Oh, dude, it's so good. It has like romance, action, revenge, loss, suffering. Oh my god, it's so good. Definitely recommend getting the abridged version sometime if you ever see it. And Sherlock Holmes, actually, I'm letting my dad borrow my collection of Sherlock Holmes right now because those books are really good. And kind of to my surprise as I was reading them, but dude, RDJ in those movies that came out around like 2011, 2012, Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. movies, those are pretty faithful to the novels. Like they don't, I don't think, reference any specific stories that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle actually wrote for Sherlock Holmes. But there's a lot of beats and moments that kind of reference to them. And Professor Moriarty, like the villain from the second movie, he's the main villain in the novels. Or like kind of the faceless, like shadow villain in the novels. And yeah, they're really good. And Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Sherlock Holmes has just this like cracked out. In the book, Sherlock Holmes is a coke addict who is like total like ADHD and definitely on the spectrum, like compulsive, but also obsessive over the most minute things. But that's what makes him solve things. So that's what makes him so smart and good at solving mysteries. So very good. It's almost just like watch this grown man have autism and nobody understand it, but they love him for it. It feels like that, but it's freaking awesome. Whew, gosh, dude, dishes like suck the life force out of me, I swear. I don't have a dishwasher either, so I'm like, my life is just a freaking cycle of dishes, dude. It freaking sucks. But you know what? Ain't that just the way? I feel like I was talking about something else about books, but whatever. Okay, obsess over something, and that can be books too. That was my thing for a bit. I say it's reading has like, I still do it every day, but it's not like my primary hobby or anything. I think cosplay is definitely taking the reins on that right now. Obsess over something, start reading a book. Audiobooks, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like are cheating. I think you need something that actually like pulls your attention into it. I feel like you could listen to an audiobook for like hours and then not comprehend anything of what had like gone on. You can do the same when you're reading, but I don't know, I feel like it just requires a bit more focus that in the end will make you comprehend more. And the third thing is track your calories, which segues perfectly. I'm gonna show you the exact dinner I make every single night to basically stay lean and stay healthy, have abs. It tastes good. I don't feel like I'm starving myself or something. Is it keto friendly? It might actually be keto friendly, with the exception of the bread. Everything else is keto friendly. I'm just saying that because I know I have some people on here who might be keto, and like a lot of my coworkers who are a little bit older than I am are all super into keto. I don't do keto. I don't really, I think diets are kind of more like fads and stuff when it comes to that, but that's a discussion for another time. So, if you do keto, all the more to you. I'm proud of you. But regardless, this meal is freaking excellent. I actually mentioned it in my first video. It's a pizza sandwich. How could a pizza sandwich not be good? I'll link the original video that this is inspired by in the description. This is from Remington James Fitness. Awesome dude. I followed tons of his freaking recipes. The video that this is pulled from is like a week-long meal prep supply sort of thing. So I'm just gonna do like the one-off version. I promise I have made this every work night probably for the last year, 2 years, maybe I would say. But it's very good. So yes, third thing you can do to not be ugly and have a 9 to 5 still is count your calories. I'm gonna get a close up on my hands and stuff while I'm doing this thing. I'm gonna look cool. I'll be right back. That little stinker. She has a little bit of dinner left and she knows it. Yeah, you do. Oh, she winked at you guys. Look at that. All right. I will do my absolute best to not like cover up the oh, actually, no, I think this camera angle is pretty good. Okay, so, and this is the part where I'm not sure if it's keto friendly or not, but I'm not keto, so I don't give a shit. Some kind of roll. I use the grocery store brand, so this is like the Safeway brand, Signature Select. You can use sourdough rolls. I like the French rolls because they're a little bit softer. I think they're like 20 calories more or less than the sourdough hoagie rolls. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna sweat 20 calories because I still track it anyways, so it's all shifted around and makes sense. So boom, get the roll down in there. And then it's only 4 more ingredients, and one of them is optional. So it's really easy, guys. Bread's down. Now, food scale. This is a big part of... holy crap, my brain just got constipated right there. This is a big part of counting your calories. Have a food scale. Even if you're not into fitness, please, please, please just get a food scale. I promise you, like it's a really good way and just kind of interesting and fun to see like serving sizes in real life. Like you can pour out like cheese or something and be like, oh yeah, that's like, I'd say that's a serving according to the back. And then you weigh it and it's actually like not even close. You could have had way more cheese. Or maybe it's the opposite. You could have like a handful of M&Ms. It's like, yeah, it's a serving. And you actually just had like 4 times the serving and you just like totally crashed your diet and metabolism for the day. So get a food scale. Makes it super easy. And you can actually track your calories effectively. And it's kind of just fun being like, damn, I could have been eating so much more, blah, 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 and still be healthy or, you know, whatever. So there's tons of apps too, totally free apps to count your calories with. I've used MyFitnessPal from Under Armour since 2018. So that's almost 9 years. Coming up in April, I would say, is when I started using it. So long freaking time. Or wait, no, not 9 years. 2018, 8 years. Dude, sorry. I've already did my cardio and I just had a full work day, so my math is like the last thing. Even if it's simple addition, bro, my brain's not gonna have it. I don't really have a math brain anyways, which is just my lazy excuse. But 56 grams of a fat-free mozzarella, that's just 2 servings. So 2 servings of mozzarella cheese going right on top of the roll right here. I use the fat-free because it's lower calorie, 0 fat, duh. And high protein. It's got a weird texture though. I wouldn't recommend, like I get this cheese and only use it for this dish because it gets all melty and stuff and hot. I would not use it for anything else. The fat-free shredded cheese it's pretty uncanny, I will not lie. So we got 2 servings of it though, that's 56 grams. Or 2 servings of 28 grams. You see, I can still do math. I don't know why I put that pepperoni. Get off of there. And now we need 60 grams of pepperoni. I like using turkey pepperoni because, you guessed it, less fat, less calories, more protein. And then 60 grams, I believe, that's 2 servings of pepperoni. So 2 servings of cheese, 2 servings of pepperoni going on to a roll of choice. I make this every single freaking night. It comes out to about 450 calories. And so, like, if you, I am a pretty active guy, and I'm pretty tall, and, you know, that kind of stuff. So if this is, like, too much for you, then just do 1 serving of each of those. Totally doable. But we've got 60 grams of the blah, 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 the turkey pep. I'm just going to layer this kind of on here. And then the next ingredient is going to be the optional one that I mentioned towards the beginning. If you guys are still here, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I got some cool stuff kind of happening. I got sent a package today, and I'm really excited to open it. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Obsessing over something can totally be cooking and like your nutrition and stuff too. Like you can really make dieting not be dieting. Like dieting just refers to the way someone eats. So like you could just like start chefing up some dope, tasty, healthy meals, and that is just your new obsession. You get home, take care of the kids, make sure they're doing their homework, and then you start experimenting in the kitchen. I mean, I know it's a pain to clean up, but I don't have a dishwasher. So if you have a dishwasher and you're into cooking, you better be practicing cooking. Because I like cooking, I don't have a dishwasher, and I still be doing that. Whew, I'm sorry you guys had to see that side of me. Optional ingredient, Italian seasoning. You can also just use regular oregano too, but this is oregano plus a few other spices. So a couple of shakes of this. I think Ophelia is coming back to finish up her dinner. Yeah, good girl. And now, last ingredient. Can you believe how freaking easy this is, dude? It's like a 4 ingredient sandwich. 63 milliliters or grams. Just use the gram setting if your scale's already there. Of a sugar-free or just any pizza sauce or marinara sauce of your choice. I like Prego, no sugar added. And I'm almost out of this jar, so I got one yesterday, so I might have to bust out the fresh one. We might be good, though. Let's see if I can make it. Please, I only need 7 more grams. Oh, dude, exactly 65. Never mind, I ruined it. But 63 grams of the pizza sauce. Okay, so it's the bread, the cheese, the pepperoni, couple of shakes of seasoning, the sauce. I'm gonna pop the lid on my little Tupperware here, and I'm putting in the microwave for 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we're basically there. I'll be right back. The pizza sub is in the microwave for the first round. It's after the minute's up, I'm legit just gonna walk over and then press the minute again. So 2 minutes in the microwave, and then that's it. I usually like put it on a little plate because I don't want to just eat it out of the Tupperware like a little gremlin, and then I'll slice it in half, and then it's ready. And that is dinner. High protein, low calorie. Shout out to Remington James Fitness. I love you. It would be awesome if you noticed me, and I'll show you the end result. Okay. Okay. Pizza sub, and I'm just gonna freaking eat. So, eat and wrap up our awesome little yapping sesh that we've had today. 3 ways from my own personal experience that I think you can live a happy and not ugly life while still working a 9 to 5, have bills to pay, need to pay rent, have roommates, have people in your life that you don't like, are these. First one, obsess over something. Find a hobby, find a niche, find an activity, find a group of people. Okay, and I'm gonna say it needs to be something that's like not video games or something that actually is like more stimulating, I would say. Video games are cool, but they're just very low effort. It's a very low effort hobby. So I say unless you're like you're legit trying to be like a competitive gamer or something, maybe just let that kind of be a back burner thing that you do on the weekends or something, you know. I feel like people that are like, oh, the 9 to 5, blah, 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 put the fries in the bag, oh, you're literally like a soulless drone, you just give your life, blah, blah, blah. You 100% do not have hobbies. There's no way these people have hobbies. Because that's all you need, honestly, in life, I feel like. Pour yourself into something and obsess over it. Something that doesn't feel like work. And I don't know, people say like, when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I feel like they were not talking about their day job when they say that. Because like hobbies, yes. If you love your hobby, you will, or like, you know, what you're obsessing over, like you'll never feel like you're working. I can like my job and still have a shitty day at work. Sorry for not trying to like have a bad mouth during all these videos or something, but I'm a human, man. I'm like an average guy. Number 2, read a book. Start reading. I started off with a 1,200-page book. You don't have to do that. But like I read a chapter a day, maybe like 5 chapters if I was doing a long, like really obsessive kind of thing one day or something. But like read a chapter a day. Read a chapter of a book a day. Don't be on some like Kai Cenat like reading the Four Agreements or some. Find a book that you actually are like interested in. Read, even if it's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, even if it's Percy Jackson. I don't care what the crap it is. Read a book. It teaches you empathy and it teaches you how to read and how to speak eloquently. Something that I need to get better at with these videos, to be honest. And number 3 is count your calories. And honestly, I mean this from a mental standpoint. I don't mean this as in like count your calories so you can lose weight and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that might be a perk to it, but I mean, you can, I don't know, it just feels like something that is, it causes a lot of stress for people. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to eat. Oh, I feel like I'm gaining weight. I feel like I'm losing weight, blah, 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 blah. When at the end of the day, it's 110% something that you can have control over. It might take a little bit of work, but the more you can break stuff down into more bite-sized chunks for yourself, dude, it's so, you can easily control just what you put in your body and stuff. And I feel like, even for me, like I still will have the time, like where, especially working in like a corporate office or something, like it's like the freshman 15, like there's tons of snacks and donuts on Fridays, blah, blah, blah. And it's so easy to just be like, yeah, I'll have a donut, blah, 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 I'll have blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, you've had like a whole meal's worth of calories and carbs and sugar at like 9 in the morning and you don't have any like thing left in your carb allotment for the rest of the day because you just ate a crap ton of donuts or something. And I feel like counting your calories or just having that sort of, that passenger in your mind while you're driving, it's like, it's a buffer, it's a little, hey, hang on. Maybe we shouldn't have that almond joy at 7:30 a.m. right now. You know, maybe we should relax for a second. We can have, why don't we do a little walk around the campus and then we can come back and if it's still there, let's get the almond joy. And it's just kind of fun, you know, you never know like how much you're under eating or overeating. And you can use counting calories to gain weight. You can use counting calories to lose weight. Or sorry, I'll say like gain muscle and lose fat because weight is, it's a bit of a buzzword. We're in the big 26. I'm not going to be saying tone muscle or lose weight. No, you lose fat and you build muscle. All right, we're out of this like influencer era of fitness. We're going back to the basics. Fitness is for everyone. Anybody can count their calories. Anybody can bring it in the gym. This is a total random tangent. I'm going to eat this pizza sub now. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your night. Thank you for letting me ramble on this Monday night. I feel like I just had a lot of energy and needed to get it out of my system. So whatever you guys do it with all of you and have an awesome rest of your night. I'm going to try not to spill pizza sauce on the carpet.